Okay. Okay, so if we can have introductions round and we know who is who, and preferably what, and just to know what you expect. This is your first course unit as year ones. So if I can just know what you expect, what you hope to pick out of this course unit.
Yes, good evening. My name is Obua Patrick. I am economic planner for Apache Municipal Council. I expect to learn more, especially on the information systems. I also have a background in computer science.
Okay.
Though majorly I studied economics.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm so much interested in the information system.
Okay. You're most
Thank
welcome,
you.
Patrick. Yes, anyone else?
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, let's have Saida, then we have Tom next.
Good evening.
Good
My name
evening.
is Saida Namirambe. Sorry, I'm trying to switch on my video. I hope you can see me.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Saida. Currently an IT support supervisor with the Uganda Revenue Authority, and my expectation from this is to learn more about research, since we are known to be more technical than technical people tend to want to do technical work, not interested in research, documentation. So my expectation is to learn more about research and documentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Saida. Yes, Tom?
Good evening.
Good evening, Tom.
I'm an ICT supervisor with Kampala Capital City Authority. I have a background of engineering with a postgraduate education in ICT. I expect to, by the end of this module, I expect to have confirmed my research topic and having prepared for my dissertation.
Okay, thank you so much, Tom. Could we have the next person? Maybe Alan Walusimbi or Jimmy. Jimmy's up. So Jimmy, you can go ahead, and then Alan next.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Jimmy.
My name is Jimmy Msinguzi, and I'm working with Chagaranyi Coffee Limited as an IT officer. And my expectation from this is practical skills in research. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. Alan, could we have you next? Alan Walusimbi.
Good evening, members.
Good evening, Alan.
I work with Ndeje University. I'm in charge of e-learning, and I'm expecting much from this because I wanted even to publish my first publication. Thank you very much.
That is very good, Alan. Thank you. Thank you for that. Amina, can we hear from Amina? Amina, are you there? Sorry, Amina, your speaker is not, the microphone is not coming through. I mean, sometimes I find that when I switch on my laptop, I need to switch off and switch on the speaker again before it can work. Well, Amina says her speaker has issues. Okay, it's okay, Amina. Let's move to Andrew. Andrew.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Andrew.
Yes. I'm Andrew Sebyatika, an ICT officer of Health Service Commission.
Okay.
My expectation for this course is to learn more about research, prepare documentation, and also policy development.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Benjamin, and apparently, Andrew, I'm also then taking you through ICT strategy and policy. So, yeah, at least now I know that the two areas you're interested in.
Thank you.
Okay. So next we have, I think, Benjamin Semwezi.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Benjamin.
My name is Benjamin. I'm a regional surveillance officer in IDRC. I expect to gain more practical skills in research.
Okay, thank you, Benjamin. Okay. Could we hear from Bill?
Expectation from this course is to learn how to write proper dissertation and problem statements and how to analyze and critique the various other paper reviews that may be out there.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much. Could we hear from Kathy? Kathy B. Kathy B, are you there? Oh, Kathy also has an issue with her speaker. Can we hear from Graham? Graham to
Yes, good evening, members.
Good evening, Graham.
My name is Graham Trinawe, an IT officer at Uganda Christian University. And my expectation, I hope to gain more knowledge in fields of research and information systems.
Thank you so much, Graham. Can we hear from Kasuja Isaac?
Greetings, team. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Isaac Kasuja. I'm an IT officer at Mutesa the First University, Masaka main campus. Actually, by this course unit, I'm more interested in learning more about research, choosing the best topic and how to go around with research. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Can we hear from Pius Kavuma?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Pius Kavuma, a data officer with IDRC. And my expectation in this question is detailed practical skills in research and documentation.
Okay, thank you, Pius. Kashemera, had you said something? I'd seen your picture, but I don't think you had introduced yourself. Fina.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening to you.
I'm called Fiona Kashemera, IT officer, Municipal, Mubende Municipal Council.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, please, we can hear you.
I'm interested in research. I'm interested in research, especially in IT policy development.
Okay, thank you so much. Can we hear from Lynn?
Welcome, dear.
Thank you. Can we hear from Lynn?
Hello?
Yes, Lynn.
Yes, doctor. My name is Evelyn Wanango. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, my name is Wanango Evelyn. I work with Uganda Sugar Manufacturers Association. My expectation is I'm interested in learning management information research, which can be applied in the current sugar industries, and documentation. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Evelyn.
Welcome.
Can we hear from Maureen Nanyonjo?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Maureen.
Yes, my name is Maureen Nanyonjo. I work at Joint Medical Store in the record section. My expectation generally is to develop knowledge and skills in the development of systems that can help improve the records management sector. And for these skills, my expectation is to get knowledge on how to smarten my research topic so that I can finish on time. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Maureen. Can we hear from Nalwama? Good evening to you. Hello, your volume is a bit low. Is it possible to increase?
Okay, I'm Nalwama Fatima. I'm an education officer at Bongo SS. So I'll be very grateful if I acquire more knowledge and skills that will help me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The network was a bit shaky, but I think we got most of it. Okay, I think Obua, had you introduced yourself? Obua Patrick?
Yes, I was the first.
Okay, okay.
But I can reintroduce myself.
Okay.
For those ones who did not clearly.
Please do.
I said I am Bua Patrick. I work as a planner for Apache Municipal Council.
Okay.
I have a background in economics as well as computer science.
Okay, thank
so
you.
my interest is so much in data management. That's my biggest interest. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Can we hear from Olivia?
Good evening.
Good evening, Olivia.
I'm Olivia Gochalia. I hold the Bachelor's of Science in Information Technology. My expectation is to be able to carry on with my research in the ITC field, and I'm glad to be part of this group. Thank you.
Thank you, Olivia. Can we hear from RK? I just see initials RK. RK says he's unable to speak. Can we hear from Ruth?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Ruth Apollotti is my name. And I'm doing private practice practice in consultancy majoring in information system security. So my expectations here is basically to be guided on how to produce a good dissertation. Thank you.
Thank you too. Can we hear from this Techno C16? Techno C16. Who is Techno C16? Okay, that one is not there. Can we hear from Walter or Queer? So Techno C16 is also Olivia. Walter? Oh, we have Alan. Yes, Alan. Could we?
Yes, Doctor. This is Walter.
Yes, Walter.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
My name is Walter Okwe. I expect this module to guide me in research areas, and then mainly issues concerning ICT security issues.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Yes, Alan, can we finally hear from Alan? Okay, I think Alan, actually, I see Alan doesn't have a speaker on, so let's leave it at that. So everyone, I thank you for that introduction, and already see quite a number of you. I think most of you are in the field of IT or ICT, or that's where you are currently employed. And I think there was one person, I think it was Saida, who said that we are normally seen as techies. In other words, we solve real world problems. And now when it comes to research, research is a different thing. We talk about research problems, and research problems are not real world problems. They are problems which have been discovered in research. They are academic problems, not real world problems. So there's usually a challenge in transitioning from a problem to a research problem. There's usually that bit of challenge here and there. So now so we've had our expectations as a lecturer. I've had you, and I hope that everything I do will be I mean, are you also trying to record this meeting? Don't worry, I'm going to record this and I'll pass it on to everyone. So don't worry about this, Amina. I'm already recording, so I'll share this video on our common e-learning platform. Now, first things first, what shall we use? What will this lecture, this module, this particular module of research methods take? We're going to all our lectures will be online, and I'm going to explain why. When I introduced myself, there's something I left out in introducing myself. Apart from being a lecturer, I'm also a farmer. Yeah, so I'm quite dynamic. I fall practical everywhere. So together with my siblings, I'm a farmer. So Most of my time is in the western side of Uganda, Fort Portal, where I mostly farm, manage a tea estate. I'm also trying out other things, but the major thing is tea. So this is where I am. And I had some of you say you want to know how to develop an ICT policy. I was head ICT UMU for about 4 years. Now I sit on a board for a local tea factory here, and and being on the board, I supported the factory to set up an ICT strategy and policy. So because of that experience, I've a bit of practical experience here and there in ICT governance. There are some of the, I remember there was another person, Patrick, who said he would like to, I think for you in the field of IS. So we have two sets of programs here, people in two sets of programs. Those who are doing a master's degree in information science, information systems, and then there are those who are doing a master's degree in ICT architecture, policy, and I don't remember the full name, but ICT architecture and policy. So in the field of MSc ICT, they are more looking at governance of ICT. And then in the field of IS, like it says, information systems, you're mastering in information systems. So these are two fields, they're all in the field of IT or ICT. So you'll find people have different interests, but however, the module research methods is for the two sets of people, those doing ICT and MSCIS. So I know most of you did a project or something like that when you are at your undergraduate level, especially those who did IT or even computer science. You did some kind of project where you developed a system, and the issue of functionality of the system and the issue of coding was so important. Now at master's level, research takes on a different perspective. Here we're looking at research in its purity, but still in the field of ICT and IS, still in that field. So hopefully I can keep us in that direction. So now, first things first, I wanted to share with you some articles. These articles I got articles from the field of IS and the field of ICT. So I wanted us to start by reading through these. These are research published articles in the two fields. So I wanted us to read through them, use the day of Saturday, instead of having our lecture, use that time to read through them. Then I'm going to put up a discussion forum. In this discussion forum, before we have our lecture next week, Friday, begin to discuss what you see, what was your perspective of these articles. If you are completely lost, say so. If you picked out anything, say so. I want us to start having a discussion on the subject of research. Why it's going to change our perspective of what we did at undergraduate level. It's really going to change it more or less drastically. Even if you have in mind an idea of developing some kind of app or system, it is okay. However, on the subject of what is a research problem in ICT-IS, it's not the same as what you experienced at undergraduate level. At undergraduate level, most of us were thinking of showing off our software development skills. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. I still love programming. I remember I taught Java for quite a few years, more than 10 years at UMU. I taught Java, PHP, Visual Basic, but Java was my first love, should I say, in programming. And I really loved it. And I still love it. But when we come to research, research is research in its proper sense. It's a whole new subject area. So I was thinking, I thought, let's first start with these articles. I'm going to ask you to read through them in your different fields. They are clearly marked which one is for IS, which one is for ICT. And if you'd like to read even the other ones on the other side, it's okay. There's no harm in it. Please go ahead and do so. So read through them, and then we shall begin our discussions around that. No, I remember one time we were given training on teaching, and they said one of the mistakes we make is to imagine that we're teaching, that students are empty tins and we're just simply filling them in with information. I remember they said that's one of the big mistakes we make in the field of in teaching and learning. So now what I would like is for us to start reading these articles. So that's one. So where will you find these articles? We have a platform. We have a platform in UMU called Moodle. I think in orientation something must have been mentioned about it. Do we know about Moodle?
Is that the e-learning platform?
Yes, madam.
Yes, please. That's the e-learning platform.
Yes.
So the
Okay.
e-learning platform, it's also a key thing that we are going to use. That's one. So all our content will be placed there. After every class, I usually upload my recorded video recordings on my. I upload them on my drive, share them with an ICT person who then uploads them to YouTube, and I link the video in Moodle so that you can either download it if you wish or or just watch it later. So that's what I'm going to do with this first one. So first things first, you've heard about Moodle. Two, before you access Moodle, each one of you should have an UMU email address, because that's how we all access them. So has each one of you gotten an UMU email address?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
They were shared on WhatsApp. I don't know if you saw them.
I just joined the WhatsApp today. Maybe.
Okay, let me reshare now.
Okay, thank you.
Patrick, if you haven't yet gotten, I'm just going to put in the chat room somebody you can contact. I think he's quite quick in responding. He's called Emmanuel Kasozi.
Okay.
Kasozi, and let me just share his
Okay, have seen.
numbers. Let me
Okay.
just share his 2 phone numbers. Give me a minute. I'll share them on the chat room. Anyone who doesn't have an email address, you can contact Emmanuel. He's on WhatsApp as well. Let me just share his numbers. Just make sure I've done it and it's right. Okay, I've shared those 2 numbers. He's also on WhatsApp. Let me just see which number is on WhatsApp. Okay, it's his Airtel line that is on WhatsApp. So is usually quite helpful. He's one of the people in ICT, in the ICT department. I think Walter, are you still with us? ICT.
Oh, doctor, no.
Oh, no.
Yes, please. But I'm aware of the procedures and what concerning that the aspect.
Okay. So I
Yes,
thought
please.
Walter was still with us, but you guys can still get in touch with Emma and those who don't have email addresses. So what I'm going to do, if at least the class reps, if you can get in touch with me on, if you have you have my MTN line, that one is on WhatsApp. You can just send me a message. Once I have prepared the platform, I'll send you the enrollment key for Moodle for this particular course unit, research methods. So the class reps, do you have my MTN line? It's the one that is on WhatsApp. Who are the class reps? Sorry, I know I received 2 phone calls. I think Amina was one of the people who called me. Amina, is that true? Alan, you are one of them, eh? Yes, Amina was one of them. Who was the other one? Was the other class rep?
Amina has responded on chat.
Yeah. And Kathy B is the other one. Eh? So you have, I'm going to assume you have my MTN line. My MTN line is the one that is on WhatsApp. Eh? So if you can just send me a message so that I know it's you, then I will send each one of you the enrollment key and you share with your classmates. Is that okay?
Doctor,
Yes, please, Tom.
we still have issues in logging in to Moodle.
Mm-hmm.
You try to log in, tells you invalid login. I don't know whether any other member of the class has managed to log in.
With your UMU email addresses?
Yes, with the credentials that were shared.
Okay,
I managed to log in.
Okay, I'm just going to let me first log out of my UMU email account here. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and show you. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Positive.
Okay, so if I was to log in, I come and click the login button. Now, I don't use, if you can see my screen, you see the fields which say username and password. Do you see them both with the login button? Can you all
Yes,
see?
doctor.
Yeah. Ignore
Yes,
these,
doctor.
ignore these 2 upper sections. Simply ignore them and click on login with Google. Now, UMU email addresses are on the Google Apps for Education. So here I have 2 email addresses. I have my Gmail account and I have my UMU email address. I select it. If I've already logged in, it will not ask me for my password. But if I've just logged out so that I can show you. So I put in my password. And automatically it takes me into Moodle. Yeah. So this is how you can log in. Is that okay?
It is okay. I was going for the login. I wasn't going for the account.
Yeah. So it should be with the Google account. Okay. Is there any other question? So what we are doing today, what I'm going to do today is put up those 2 articles and then send you the enrollment key. So so I'm giving you tomorrow off. Use that time to read through the articles. I'll also have put up a discussion forum. Let's begin the discussion on the Moodle platform. Also, just for you to get used to the platform in case there's anyone who hasn't used it before, just to get used to it. But let's begin that discussion from there. Then when we meet next Friday, we start from there and have the introduction, have the first introductory lecture where we try to, I'll keep trying to be going back and forth between the articles, what we're talking about, the general concepts of research, and if you recognize any of the things from the articles that I've shared with you. Is that okay? The reason for that is I hope to bring some practicality in our teaching, in our learning process, to really have a practical side to it. Is that okay so far?
Yes, madam.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So just to be sure, our lectures now on Friday begin at 5. Is that okay? Then on Saturday, what time do they begin?
9.
9 a.m. Okay, that is fine. Okay, then I think unless there is any question, anyone would like to mention anything?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, Saida.
So according to the timetable, we are supposed to have enterprise architecture as well.
Yes.
On Saturday after your session. So we are wondering if that is also going to be online or for it will require physical presence. Because in the orientation we were told only the first module would be online. So it's Mr. Muchake Brian.
Mr. Muchake Brian. I'm not sure. It's sometimes it's preference. Sometimes it's preference. Okay. Let me see from him. Let me just check the something that Brian had sent me. If Muchake has, if he actually has anything. I think essentially it depends on the lecturer and what their preference is. I see he has a link. I see he also has a Zoom link for teaching. Now, it essentially depends on him if he wants to do online or physical. And sometimes also the students yourselves, you can, if you have a preference, you let him know if you prefer online or you prefer physical. That really, except, I mean, apart from a lecturer like me, who, because I made it specific that for me it's quite difficult to keep traveling to Kampala, yet I'm more or less permanently here. But I really can't tell what the lecturer might want. I really can't tell. He may prefer, he may say that, okay, maybe some classes are physical, other classes are online. It's really dependent. But you might find he may prefer online more to physical.
Okay, thank you for the feedback.
Okay. Do we have any other question or comment? No?